How you doing, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be going through a few questions now. We've got a big Q&A sort of section going on here with us knowing, basically all the guys that we should be picking up in terms of our top guns in each section. We'll talk a little bit about some cash out options possibly. There's not too many cash cows, but a few of the cash outs possibly. But we'll go through that. I got a couple from Discord to start us off, and one from PP47 was I was thinking Lockie Croker to Mane and Tohu to a cash out so you can get Cleary back. So there's that question there. Obviously the first one's a great one to get Mane. The second part of it is, should I go Croker to Mane and then Tohu to Taumalola, leaving 190, but probably won't be able to get Cleary back? So that's the question there, saving a fair bit extra cash to get Cleary or not. And I think that's completely fair. If Cleary's going to come back in the next 1 to 2 weeks, you'd expect him to be averaging at least over 70. He's averaging almost 100 for the rest of the season. So if you can do that, and you have sort of 18 really good players, so if your cash out would get you maybe 3 players on that emergencies rather than having 1 or 2, then that's okay. If that cash out means you only have like 16 or 17 good players, then I wouldn't do that, and I just use the money to get Taumalola rather than going to a cash out, because those points over the next bunch of weeks are going to be so much more important than waiting for Cleary. If we're being honest, like if Cleary's out for another few weeks, then the points you'd get from Lolo, whether it be an extra 30 or 40 a week, will make up for a bunch 2 to 3 weeks of Cleary getting sort of 90. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at that. Could Hughes score less with Pap's return? He had have 5 crap scores to start the season. I'd more say with Hughes that was just him warming into the season rather than anything. He's hit a real crazy patch of form. I don't think that's because of Pap being out of the team, because Pap's played very similar to what Hines has, and he scored well with Hines there, so I wouldn't be worrying about that. A cheap mid under 600k. I suppose we could answer that one. But the majority of them, you're looking at Victor Radley or also Adam Fanua-Blake, who are going to be that sort of price point in terms of our mids. So if we're getting right down there, obviously you got guys like Tapau at 601, Fanua-Blake's 599. So I'd be looking at him. I'd be looking at Radley as well. Whatever price Radley is, has he gone up there? Rad's 482, so he's super cheap as well. So they're the two I'd be picking at that, that in the mids under that price point. All right, Lego Studios, how am I going to get Cleary back? Do I downgrade Watson to a cash out and trade Hines to Cleary with the cash in the bank? Yeah, I think that's completely fine if you can do that. If that gives you enough cash to get Cleary, then do that. We'll trade Watson to Teddy and later trade Johnson to Cleary. Also think that's a great idea too. I'd also be probably holding Watson if you like. I don't think there's any reason why he's averaging 50. Kieran, is McCulloch Mane sideways? I don't think it's sideways. Obviously, if you've got plenty of trades in the bank, if you're sitting there with sort of not 9 plus trades, I'd say you're allowed to do that trade. Yes, it's luxury, as he said, but I know you're ranked 133. So if that is going to get you more points, per week over the next bunch of weeks, and you got a bunch of trades remaining, I'd be going for it for sure. It's this point of the season where every little jump in points per week is going to get you closer to that top 100, which is really cool. So well done, Kieran. A little shout out to you there. Brocky97, thoughts on Peachy, bro? I think he'll return to his normal minutes and role. Well, he pretty much did that on the weekend and just didn't have a great game. So if he can improve on his scoring like he has on usually the week to week, he'd be a 30 odd into a 50 odd. I think he'll be fine. I'd be holding on to him. It seems like a bit of a luxury trade out now that we know he's back to that 50 odd minutes. He didn't play 20 on the weekend, so I wouldn't worry about that. Anthony, at 4 trades with trades already made for the week. Yeah, awesome. You can handle that, hopefully. Lee Collins to the People's Squad. I'm going to copy your team next year. Hey, it was out there. I don't think it's as fun to play and copy the team. Why don't you just be a part of the People's Squad and claim it as your own like everyone else is. Teams covering injuries. RTS, Harris, Savage, and Moses. Harris and Moses for Teddy and Hughes. 6 trades left. Yeah, do it. Awesome. Wouldn't be surprised if Pap goes to fullback on game day and Hines replaces Johns and halves. Yeah, I can see that as well. But I can just see them playing Pap 20 or 30 minutes off the bench also. 18 trades left. Come on, EXO, use them. What are you doing? What do you think of Billy Smith? I need cheap centre. Is he my guy? Oops. Yeah, I think he can be for sure. Why not? I don't see the big deal. Billy Smith, so 282. Yeah, he might play there the rest of the year. He also might not. They do have, Morris and Manu as the centres. He may play on the wing, so he's not going to score as well on the wing. So just be aware of that. Do you need him as a scorer? Do you need him just as a cash out? Yeah, is that what you need? Just a cash out? Because there's a few guys you can pick up. There's a guy that's playing this weekend, Will Penasini. I'm not sure where he's exactly playing. We'll check that out now. Will Palacini. Yeah, center. So if you need a cash out, 228 there. Well, yeah, that's an easy option. And just check the other guys in your team list to find out if there's any other cash outs that you could play this week. 12 trades left. Finished 80th last week, which was my best week of the year by far. Congrats, Brady. Pipe all this time. Do I just keep him for the rest of the season? Okay, that's why you've held him, because of 4 trades. Yeah, I think you just hold now. Unfortunately, Jared, if you've held that long, no point trading him out now. Play Sean Johnson or Lucy. Yeah, I agree with Izzy here. I saw the last game was a fluke. Like, yeah, you don't have that many missed tackles, but that's coach blasting and forcing you to pick up your efforts next round. Yeah, for sure. We saw what happened with Angus Crichton. He had a crazy amount of missed tackles that game and then came back and played well. Yeah, he won't go that bad. Lucy, Johnson, they're probably going to score about the same. So, yeah, you can be lucky in 1 week, get 30 odd from one and 50 from the other, but I'd be going Johnson over Lucy just based on how he's been scoring. Matty T, looks like it's Moses to Turbo this week. Also finally getting him in and possible captain shout. Yeah, definitely possible captain shout. Who do they play this week? The old Manly boys. They'll tell actually, just at the top of fantasy will be helpful. Tommy, yeah, they got the Tigers. So, yeah, I think he's a great captaincy shout, especially after the week off. Go for it. Leaves me enough cash to do Hines to Cleary possibly next week. Yeah, 100%. 5 trades less, rank 15, 29. Yeah, for sure, man. If you can get Cleary back, I think you'll definitely get in that top 1,000. Angelou, I got 8 trades. I'm going to trade Moses and RTS. Who should I get for them? I'm in need of a wing fullback. There's so many good wing fullbacks. Moses and RTS. Trebojevic, Reece Walsh, Teddy. Also got Nico Hines. If you surely have Hines at the moment, so one of them 4 would be great. Ponga as well. Yeah, you could go Dewey, but he could change at any point. Gareth, should I wait until next week to get Paps because he's on the bench? Yeah, 100%. Wait until he's starting and playing 80. 3 trades left after going Harris to Marnie this week. Yeah, that's sweet. Go for it. Hold on to those trades though, bro. Stags, Ramian or Gagai. I think Ramian's the best, and then Gagai, and then Stags. Just, he has to score a lot of tries for them to be really good. Stags, and I don't think he's going to get that many in a Broncos side. So Ramian for sure. Reckon I do Tohu to AFB and save the cash, 87 left, or go to Murray with 11k left. I think Murray's going to be the better scorer long term, and it's only 70k difference, so do that one. Fafita has been a spud. Who are the best captaincy options? Interesting. He's had 1 bad game, and he got 45. It wasn't that bad. He was averaging 80 in the 5 rounds before that, so not a spud. But if you're not going to captain him, what Luke said is good. Turbo, Hughes, Hunt, Papali'i. Yeah, you could say Papali'i's a spud. He was averaging 80 before that too. Yes, the Java. I know. I've got to sort that out. Straight swap Tohu for Haas. A good trade with 6 left. Yes. What do you think about out Harris in Pappenhausen? I wouldn't go Pap yet. Yeah, what do we got? Oh, I guess center because my center are Bird and Avrillo. Yeah, it might be ideal to get a center cover. So Ramian would be cool. Yeah, I wouldn't get Pap just yet. Or I'd probably go like a Murray or someone over Frizzell at the moment, just because Frizz is coming back from injury. I'm sure he'll go pretty good anyway. What I do with my hookers, have Cook and Brayley. Should I get rid of one and pick up Mane? I have 7 trades left. I do have Hunt and Watson with hooker cover. Well, you don't need another hooker then. But I'm happy with you trading out one of them, probably Brayley. I think Cook has more potential to score really well and to have a great end of the season. Brayley, I probably wouldn't think so. So I'm happy if you're trading to Mane or any other position because you got enough cover. Ownership percentages mean nothing now. The only ownership stats that matter is top 5k, which 50% of people have him. Yeah, 100%. That's what I've been talking about each week anyway. Top 100, top 1,000 with the percentages. Any trade outs for Mbai and Tohu? Any trade outs or trade ins? Yeah, plenty. Literally anyone in that top bunch that we've spoken about. Anyone in this squad that we're looking at here in terms of our big dogs: Papali, Lolo, Hunt, Fafita, Payne Haas, Angus Crichton, DCE, Hughes, Smith even. Looks like Harry Grant's maybe a few weeks away. He'll come off the bench anyway. That's about all. Mane, Murray. Yeah, no one else. I'd be selecting from that. Any trade outs. And then if you want to cash out, just said you got that guy, Penasini, whatever his name is. Yeah. A few other random guys that aren't going to do too well in the rest of the squads. But yeah. That's that there. Keep going along. Need help ASAP by Moses, Fogarty, and Harris. Oh, God. But having Nico and Schuster to play half role this week, but I need an edge mid half option for a combined total 1.6. 1.6. Murray and Hughes, DCE, and also got 700k. 700k in the mids. Do you have Payne Haas? Do you have Lolo? So many options, man. Yeah, one of those two Top Gun halves, and then pick one of those guys in the 600-700s for the mids and edge is easy. I bring in Haas for Tohu, yes. I'll get Cleary back. I'll go Tohu to a cash out, then Hines to Cleary. Yeah, it's okay. 5 trades left. 5 trades left. I probably wouldn't blow up my team to get Cleary back. If you got that many, I think you'd probably just get the best possible available player and go from there. How do you know Savage was going to be injured? They mentioned it after the game that, / in the game, he actually landed on the AC joint, which we've seen a bunch of those tackles lately. I did think he was going to be out for a few weeks, as it was mentioned, and old physio / a few other people said that be wary that he might be injured for a little bit. So that's how I know. Austin Avila, I don't know what to do with him. I think you just hold. Most of us don't have 10, 12 trades to make those luxury trades. Should I trade Estee to Hughes or Hunt? Yeah, you need I think you need 8, 9, 10 trades minimum to be able to do that. Otherwise, it's a waste. The difference between 2 to 3K rank and under 1K is about 2 players. Yeah, okay. 2 players worth of scores. Is that what you mean? Crazy. Praying Mantis. Teddy for Paps. No. You meaning bring Teddy in for Paps? Then yeah, fine with that. Always wondering how to correctly loop again. Is a video that goes through how to do it. All right, quick one. If you got a guy that's playing early in the round, put him in number 5. Okay, so if he plays on the Thursday night, so Neil's player, let's say you got Reed Mane and you want to loop him. Cool, put him in number 5. If he does well, in number 4, you have someone like Suwali who's out for the year, so just leave him there. Move Suwali to 4 and hold him there. Awesome. That means you get his emergency is number 5. Beautiful. If he doesn't play well number 5, you make sure you got Verrills up here as a playing or Crichton, and then you don't get the number 5 position. Hopefully that's easy enough. And hopefully everyone has an idea of what that is by next year. I'm sure there'll be newbies though. Who should I bring in this week? Ponga or Marnie? I think Marnie for sure. Ponga, you can wait. He's going to lose some cash. AFB an option to trade out Tohu Harris. Yeah, you pick up an extra 150k or something. If you pick up Dewey or Latrell, I'd probably go Dewey just, but he could move back to the centers anytime. Yeah, Mane again. Low or Haas. Savage or Verrills. None of them. Injury. All right, now we're getting past all the guys that are injured. Fisher Harris on the bench, so for him, he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. So I'm thinking of I'd trade out Fisher Harris before Lucy. Danny Levi, yeah, thanks for that. I needed that the other day. Tohu and Avrillo to Coruscant and Haas. Yeah, it's fine. Any guns to pick up for round 19? Yeah, just check what I said before. That's about it, guys. I hope that helped with the all your questions. Let me know if you have any further questions as to what I've said, or any other anything else from that. But we should have all the possible guns you want to pick up. Any cash outs, just go for one of the guys playing this week. You obviously don't need, from here on in, you won't need 19, 20 players that are playing. You only need 18. So if you lose one in a week, then you can just sub one in. And then if you happen to lose 2, then you can make a trade. That's sort of the goal there. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Please like, subscribe. Best way to support me. Catch you in the next one. Have a good day, guys. See you later.